for an adult audience. Loveline may contain sexually oriented content. Listener discretion advised. Now, here's Loveline. 1-800-LOVE-191. With Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla.
You're on.
I know. What's he saying there?
Are you insane?
Are you insane? Yeah. Hey, it's the Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. It's Dr. Drew. Dr. Drew is a board-certified physician and addiction medicine specialist. Phone number, 1-800-LOVE-191. Fax number, 310-854. Did I give that?
I'm just thinking, you know, those nights when I come in here exhausted and you start poking at me, telling me I'm falling apart?
Uh-huh.
You're falling apart.
No, I'm not. I slept for 9-10 hours last night.
All right.
Got up, had a beautiful day, crashed my model airplane.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh. No, nothing too big.
The Mustang?
No.
What?
Just, it's a long story, but everything's fine.
Did you go out in the field?
Nothing big. Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah. I'm so retarded. It's so scary. I mean, I did 2 TV shows on Saturday for Comedy Central, and I couldn't get out of there fast enough so I could wake up this morning and fly my model airplane.
That's good.
Is that good? Is that healthy?
Yeah.
Is it healthy, though?
Depends how the show turned out.
The show was fine, but I was talking to someone today, and they were saying, you know, the only thing I ever see you get excited about is flying your plane. I mean, what about these TV shows and radio and all that kind of stuff? And I go, no, I don't get excited about it. To me, it's just something that could go wrong. I really don't. I don't want to do it.
Yeah, I know you don't want to do it, but I see you get worked up about a few things. We've done some of these live events. You get a little bit into it.
I do?
A little bit. And then you deny it afterwards. Yeah, you do.
What do I do? You never see me get into anything.
I saw you worked up before Conan. You seemed a little nervous to me before that one.
Well, you know why? Because I had slept for 3 hours. Yeah, I'm going to give you that. I was worked up before Conan because I was on some sort of sleep deprivation because we flew in that morning or whatever, and I had a list of things I had to go over. Yeah. And I always get nervous if I have a list of things to deliver. I never get nervous if I'm just going to sit there and answer questions. But if I have to do prepared stuff where I read off of something, we were doing some stuff from the book.
Oh, right.
And I had a list of things from the book.
Which we never got to anyway.
No, we did.
Oh.
But I don't remember that whole... Do you even remember that?
Yeah.
You do?
I remember talking to him. He was a nice guy.
I remember being so tired that I
remember your parents were in the audience.
I didn't even see him.
And that was bizarre.
Till after the show.
You didn't tell me they were going to be there.
I forgot.
Oh, boy.
I was tired.
Hey, I got a nice fax from a guy named Jim Murray at Cornell. He's a medical student. He was doing some research on what kind of diseases you can get from zoophilia, which... If I'd used my brain with a few more pistons firing, I would have gotten...
Well, you can get can get Lyme disease, right?
If they have ticks.
You can pick up a tick on your dick.
Tick-borne disease. Oh, God. Oh, please. That's basically what they went through, is Q fever and brucella and their other, what they call rickettsial diseases, and then certain skin funguses. You know, like ringworm.
Yeah, but you'd still be safer banging the pooch than you would be a hooker, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then there you go.
And then I got this amazing... You're going to have to read this.
Okay. Matthew.
Yeah.
You're 19.
That's right.
What's going on?
Thanks for taking my call. You guys are awesome.
Sure. Thanks.
All right. Well, the deal is I'm doing this speech Friday. And one of the things, the information I cannot seem to pin down with a reliable source is whether or not inbred babies really have that big a problem, or if that's just like a wise tale.
What is the nature of your speech?
It's on abortion.
Oh, that's interesting.
Well, where are you giving the speech?
At Southwest Missouri State in Springfield, Missouri.
We almost went down there.
Did you?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Why didn't we go there?
We said no more puddle jumpers.
Oh, okay. Hey, there's a slap in the face. Hey, Matthew.
Yeah.
You give a speech on the evils of inbred babies in Missouri. You could have a riot on your hands.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that I'm trying to find out if it's really necessary to abort them, or if they could really grow up to live.
Yeah. I don't know where you're going to get that data. In other words, what is the precise risk of heritable disorders given consanguinity? And I don't know that number off the top of my head. Usually, there are genetic most universities will have genetic counselors. Call the University of Missouri School of Medicine. I'm sure they have a department of genetics you can call.
But do you really know if it's that big a deal?
Well, it's that big a deal from a public health standpoint. Is it that big a deal from an individual standpoint? And if you follow the logic that the pro-lifers give you, which is that it's not the child's responsibility that they're the product of a indiscrete union or a traumatic union or a potentially genetically disturbed union, it still doesn't hold water, in that argument.
Well, that is Matthew's argument.
I understand.
I think, Matthew, you're pro-life, right?
Right.
And so what you're going to argue that
they could live successful lives.
You should never. Well, I don't know about successful.
The question
they could
is,
play the cider chug.
The
or
question
something.
is, does the risk of trouble justify the fact of abortion? And that's a different argument than giving the specific data. Although, like I said, University of Missouri School of Medicine, Department of Genetics. Check it out. All right.
Well, let me ask you this, Drew.
Right.
Yeah. What about these old?
The web and the internet.
Okay.
Crying out loud. And National Institute of Health, genetics.
Here's what I'm asking. Historically, there's been a lot of this inbreeding going on, right?
Hmm.
I mean, didn't...
in the royal families.
Yeah. Didn't some of that go down?
Yeah.
I know a lot of that was like cousin-type stuff,
right.
But is there any historical cases of, son and daughter or anything like that?
I'm sure.
What about Adam and Eve?
Yeah.
Didn't they have kids, Ham and Hezekiah? Didn't they have to do something? I mean... Didn't that have to go down? I know it's been brought up more than once, but does the Bible explain that away? Or
no. But given the scientific accuracy of the story of
well, I just mean, okay. All right, but here's what I'm saying about all this. The people assume that if I have sex with my sister, that child is going to come out mongoloid.
No.
And that's not true.
That is not
I know, but... the common perception is they're going to have 3-4 arms.
No.
And there's a higher chance that the kid's going to have some problems, but it's not going to be a mess, right?
It's subtler forms of disease.
Right. Like big foreheads?
No, like, hemophilia was one, and Tay-Sachs disease, this sort of thing. Yeah.
Brian?
Yes.
You're 21.
Hi. I was watching Judge Judy the other day. And do you remember James, the caller, a couple weeks ago at the zoo?
Yeah, well, we replayed that. He called...
Actually, about a year and a half ago.
Called about a year earlier.
Oh, okay, well, Dooley just ran the barking dog bit, and that reminded me.
Right.
I swear it was him on the show.
By his voice on Judge Judy?
Yeah, his voice.
Did he have a pen protector? A pocket protector, I mean?
No, but he could have. He looked like the type.
What was his claim?
Well, his dad had died, and he had a dispute with his grandma on what the casket should be like.
Oh, my God.
And Judy just basically railed him, said, get over it, get on with your life, your dad's dead, whatever.
Right.
But he just had this blank, scary stare on his face. I knew it was him.
Well, there's a lot of disturbed people out there.
Yeah, we don't have the market cornered on disturbed people. But you recognize the voice, huh?
Totally. Well, he sounded like a smart guy.
Yeah.
He was out there.
All right.
Definitely out there.
Right. Yeah, I parked in Judge Judy's parking spot the other day.
Did she get you?
Somebody came up and told me I was in Judge Judy's parking spot and I had to move.
You?
I was on the lot.
What lot?
KTLA.
Oh, yeah, Tribune.
Yeah. Oh, they have great security guards over there. They're fantastic. Jimmy from Win Ben Stein's Money?
I know Jimmy.
You know that? Yeah, Jimmy, the guy?
You're in love with?
Oh, please, Drew, don't spread those rumors. Here's the point. I was going over to visit him on Win Ben Stein's Money, and they have precious security guards over there. They're classic. Like, you know how screw-ups never disappoint? They consistently screw up?
Yeah.
These guys are classic. They sit out on a chair like Uncle Joe from Petticoat Junction. Right. They wear reflective sunglasses and windbreakers, and they just sit there. And they're always surprised when somebody pulls up and wants to come on the lot. And I know we've talked about this before, but one of the most amusing things in life for me and frustrating things in life is when people are surprised that you show up and ask them something that they must hear 1,400 times a week.
Or, more simply, surprised when you ask them to do their job.
Right. But I like it when they're just surprised that you come up now. You know, it's like asking a guy to car wash if he's got a towel. Uh-huh. Like, you know, like he's some kind of CPA or something. These guys are great. It never fails. You pull up. Yeah, my name's Adam Carolla. Huh? I'm going to win Ben Stein's money. Hold on.
No.
Hold on. It's like you drove your car into their living room and were asking them which way the kitchen was. You know, they're taken aback. You know, what? Hold on. Slow down, buckaroo. You want to go where? Now, Win Ben Stein's money has been taped on this lot for like 3 years now. You know, and there's people driving in and out for it all day, including Jimmy and Ben Stein and the rest of the people that are doing the production. And it's about, you know, it's a stone's throw from the security. But, hold on now. You, it's like, now they're like backtracking. Let me see here. Let me get the list. Hold on. And they do this one, and they do it every time. I swear to God, I'm driving in there tomorrow just to have them do it. What is your name? What's your name?
And who are you saying?
And you're here for win, lose, or draw? No, win Ben Stein's. Okay, hold on.
And you could say I'm here to see the president of the organization, or whoever that person is. And they'll go, who does he work for?
Vin DeBona. Yeah. Who? I don't know that name. Hold on. And then they go back in, and then there's the good part where they pick up the clipboard and they start scrolling down the clipboard, and then I'm like, I got like a little countdown: 10, 9, 8. 2, 1. What's your name again? Because there's always the what's your name again part, because now they're looking at the clipboard and they can't find it. Okay, hold on a second. Then they pick up the telephone. Yeah, I got, there's a guy out here. Hold on. What's your name? And after all that, they're always, like I said, they're always taken aback and a little confused. Listen, everybody, if you stand in front of a parking lot and a guy pulls up in his car and he wants to go onto the parking lot, do not be, like, confused and confounded by that. Assume it's part of your job. So finally...
Well, they took the job as just to wave at people with special tags. That was the original sense of the job, right?
I don't know. Finally, he goes, okay, park in lot stall number 86, and then I go in there, and then I start doing an interview. We're doing an interview, and then an hour later, Judge Judy's henchmen pull up and need me to move my car, and I thought that is just so perfect for this place. Spent a half hour trying to get in, give my name 5 times, and now it's he puts me in Judge Judy's spot. Fantabulous. What do you point out there?
Talk to
Dennis.
Yeah.
You're 23.
Yes.
What's going on?
Well, I haven't had sex since it's been probably about 8 months, and it was in August. 8 months, yeah.
Hold on. What is that? An air compressor?
What's that?
Oh, is that an air? You hear that loud?
Yeah.
What's that? Is there an air compressor or generator going off behind you?
It's just this phone. This phone, actually, it sounds like I'm talking into a hollow room, but... I had sex three weeks ago.
Wow, it really... Where are you calling from?
My house.
Wow, it really sounds like there's...
a fan or something going behind you?
No, it's just this phone.
All right, let's get on with it.
You're in a totally silent room.
Yep.
Okay.
Train track somewhere. All right, so Dennis, something happened in August.
Yeah, well, 3 weeks ago, I had sex, and...
Didn't you say something happened in August?
8 months ago.
Yeah, and then
what happened?
That was the previous time I had sex. Then I had sex again in 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I got a blister on my penis.
This time?
Yeah, and I popped it, and it's spreading. There's like 3 on there now.
Well, it could be herpes. That's what herpes looks like, is a cluster of blisters or vesicles.
Should I go get it checked out? Or?
Oh, yeah. Do they hurt?
No, it doesn't hurt.
When did you have sex?
It hurt when I popped it.
Yeah. When did
you had sex 8 months ago and then 3 weeks ago.
So
you're right on about proper time course here if you're going to get herpes from that. So
okay. So I'll go check that out now.
Yeah.
First thing tomorrow.
Yeah, good.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, just go to one of those free clinics.
Okay.
Or to your doctor.
But people don't have doctors. You have a doctor, Dennis?
Yeah, I do.
All right, there you go.
You have a dentist, Dennis?
Yes, I do.
So you have a doctor and a dentist, Dennis?
Yes.
Okay. I do my There's the compressor. Thank you, Mike. That's at least 25 gallons. That is a big compressor. All right, I'm going to do my impersonation of the security over at KPLA.
I've had enough.
When Chris calls, I'll talk to Chris. Chris, you're 21.
Hey, guys, love the show. My question is, my girlfriend had taken a shower with her mom until she was 11 years old and bathed with her dad until she was 6.
Huh? Why are you telling me this?
Hold on, buckaroo.
Hold on. What's your name?
All right, Chris, what's the question about it?
My question is, how is this going to affect her sexual activity now? Is there any...
Maybe not at all.
I had a sister, and that's not the way it was in my family.
Yeah. It doesn't suggest great boundaries in that family system, but it doesn't necessarily mean there's something awful going on.
And let me tell you, when you showered with Mom and took a bath with Dad?
Yeah, well, I guess after she was 7, her dad said, no, you can't see me naked anymore.
Well, what is it about her that you're concerned about? How does she seem?
Well, that seemed abnormal to me.
No, but how does she conduct herself today? How does she seem?
Fairly well.
Her relationship is stable?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so she's come through okay. It's just not a great setup for healthy relationships, but doesn't mean somebody has to be disturbed, no.
You know, here's the deal. If her parents weren't doing something weird to her, then they're pretty together and it's all right.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's just bad balance.
Well, yeah, you don't want to shower with your dad at 7, though. You know where that
at least
penis is.
They set that boundary down, but still showering with Mom till 11. It's, at the very minimum, it suggests a mom that can't let go of her. Does she ever have an eating disorder?
No.
No.
When are you groin height?
Parents.
What?
She has pretty protective parents.
That's what I'm talking about. And so her watch for the eating disorder, and her sense of herself as a separate person could be impaired. Your groin height at about 6.
6 is prime groin height?
5 to 7 in that range.
That's when you're in your groin height wheelhouse. I'd like to check that out, Drew. You know what we'll do?
What?
I'd just like to check it out. Try to figure out the average height of a man. What is it, 5'10" these days? 5'11"? Something like that?
5'10".
5'10". And then you find the average height of his groin. Drawing a little schematic here, but I'm guessing, I don't know, 34. That's your waist height on your jeans. Got to be a little lower than that. 6 foot. It's about 30, 31 inches. And then tell me when a child is, let's say, 4 inches, because I want to allow some for scalp and forehead. It's important that the groin be right around the nose and eye area. Okay? Look into that. Mike, look that up on the internet. JJ?
Yeah?
You're 13?
Yep.
What's going on?
Well, see, the thing is, well, first of all, I'd like to say that Adam and Dr. Drew, you guys are great. I've been listening to you guys for a long time.
Thanks.
And, well, you see, the thing is I have one of my ex-girlfriends, okay? I'm friends with her now. But, you see, I broke up with her for another girl. But even while I was in that relationship, I wanted her back. I missed her.
Why'd you break up with her?
Because, this other girl I've liked for long...
All right, JJ, you're 13. You're 13. Yeah. Calm down.
You're a mess.
Calm down.
Okay.
You chose to leave that girl. She should get on with her life and go date other people.
Which she is.
Great. And the 13, the people you date, the relationships, I'm sure, seem terribly intense, but you should get used to the fact that they are supposed to end, and you should move on to somebody else.
Right, but you see, I've gone out with this girl, like, I don't know, like 2 or 3 times. But the last time, we went out for 4 months, and, I admit I messed up. I can admit that.
That's big of you.
Yeah, but when you mess up, you have to accept the consequences, and the consequences are she's gone. That's where it goes.
They're good at admitting they messed up.
Provided the world cooperates with them and delivers their goods back to them. Yeah, if you mess up, that's it. That's it, JJ. That's what relationships are about. You accept the consequences.
All right, JJ?
And it's not something, these relationships, I know you think I'm taking light of your relationships, and I'm not. I'm certain your experience of them is very intense, but they will not go on indefinitely.
Yeah. But look at it this way. It's like if you mess up and there's never any consequences, then you just keep messing up. And that's fine.
It's not messing up even.
Well, let's just say you do screw people over and nothing ever happens to you. It's not a good lesson.
No.
You should get screwed over.
Right.
You know, I had dinner with my first girlfriend a few weeks ago.
Whoa.
I tell you that?
No.
Well, I mean, we were 13. What are you in the 7th grade?
12, 13.
I think I was 13. Yeah. I was 13, and we had like, I don't know, we went out for like 3 weeks
She
or
married
something.
now?
No, she's not married. I must have soured her for men. I don't know.
That or she was already kind of, the fact that she dated you and, you know.
I don't know. No, she had a lot of successful relationships after me. Probably a handful while we were going out. I don't even remember what we did, but we broke up and I never thought about it again.
How weird was that, seeing her again?
It's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird. I don't know if anyone's, I mean, I had seen her since, but not much. I mean, not too much.
How did you end up having dinner with her?
She just gave me a call kind of out of the blue, friend of a friend kind of thing. Just thought it'd be fun to get together and go over some old times and all that kind of stuff. But no, there's none of that. Although she's still attractive. But, you know, it's weird. She's like a woman now. She was like 13 last time. I mean, I'd seen her a few times since then.
Are you telling us something about yourself?
I'm a woman, too.
No, but if she's not 13, 14, you're not attracted anymore?
Yeah, I got to be honest with you. No, there's a couple of funny things. She called, I was at my, I'm a woman, too. My best friend, thank you, Chris's house when I was like 13, and she decided that we should be a couple, you know. And she called up and she said, you know, it's between you and Chris, Adam. And she goes, I chose you. All of my friends thought I was crazy. I told her, now that we're 34, I said, did you really
use that?
Do you really need to slide the all of my friends think I'm crazy part in? Or
does she remember that?
She didn't remember it, but I sure as hell did. 21 goddamn years, I'll never forget that.
Isn't that weird how people can do stuff that other people do not remember?
Oh, please.
The receiving end, it can go on a whole lifetime.
I don't remember. I don't remember a thing. I mean, you know me. I don't remember anything. We were just sitting here.
But you remember this?
I'll never forget this. That's going to be.
You brought it up 100 times.
That'll be my tombstone. All my friends think I'm crazy. Here lays Adam Carolla. All this Este's friends think he's crazy.
She's crazy for every day.
And why do you even work that in? You know what I'm saying?
It's like the crap we get here from other 13, 14-year-olds about, Adam Drew, you're great, and Seth Green, never seen you before. I think your work's mediocre. Okay,
getting your balls busted at 13, you know?
Yeah.
But so here's the thing. So we went out for, could have been 10 days, could have been 2 months. I couldn't tell you. I do remember the slight at the beginning, but I don't remember how long we went out. And then we broke up. For reasons I don't know. But you know what? Never thought about it, never affected me. And then you know what? She got really hot. She got really good looking like a year and a half later. And
all right.
It ruined me. Ruined me.
Adam, please.
Huh?
We're way over here. Come on.
Oh, all right.
Let's go.
All right. Who are we going to talk to? Well, I know we're going to take a break. I talk to Jeff. Why does ethnicity have anything to do with the size of his penis? Wait a minute. Jeff? Jeff?
Hello?
What color are you?
Oh, I'm Filipino.
Filipino? All right, hold on a second. You know anything about the Filipino penis, Drew?
Can't say I do.
Okay. Same boner, different gears?
Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. The phone number's 1-800-LOVE-191.
We'll be right back.
Hey, it's the Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. Phone number, 1-800-LOVE-191. Coolio's coming in here tomorrow. What's my Coolio prediction, Drew?
Hey, man, you're funny.
Hey, man, you're funny. Thanks, Coolio.
Put you in a movie.
I'm going to put you in one of my movies. Thank you, Coolio.
Let's pick a time. 11:14?
Not on the air, during a commercial.
11, so top of the hour.
I'm going earlier.
Right.
Coolio's a big fan of mine, even though when he comes in here, he's gonna act like he hasn't met me. No, he won't do that. But Coolio rediscovers my funny every time I see him. So I'm going second break. I'm going like 10:40 tomorrow during the commercial.
Right.
And we'll see if Coolio says anything about a movie.
Okay.
Put me in it.
All right.
All right? Okay. Jeff?
Hello?
You're 14.
Yeah, what's up?
Hey.
Yeah, I just wanted to know if race has anything to do with the size of your penis.
Filipino.
Well, sort of.
Yeah. Now, hey, let me ask you a question there, Drew. You know, like in Africa, it's hot, right?
Right.
So the people there, they're long and sort of drawn out because it dissipates heat better.
Correct.
And
Less sphere-like, thank you.
Right. Then the Eskimos,
more sphere-like.
They're very round.
Right.
Look at the Eskimo. Look at the face on those guys, like a pie tin.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Now, isn't it hot in the Philippines? Certainly.
Yeah, but it depends where people descended from. You understand?
Right.
That they may not have been inhabiting those islands for that long, enough to change their anatomy.
Yeah. I think my descendants came from Greenland. Anyway, Jeff, what's up with your penis?
Nothing much. Just people at my school just make wisecracks about other races, saying Asians have the smallest penises. And
but Jeff, screw those guys. Listen, the only time we ever talk to people where there really is a concern about the size of their phallus is when they have concerns about their own self-worth. And we have yet to really hear a significant complaint from a woman, except when it's too big. Okay? So it's really about how you feel about yourself and your own worth. That suddenly this becomes a symbol of that. Don't let it. There's a wives' tale out there that black males have larger penises.
True, please. Hey, Jeff. How's your penis doing?
All right, I guess. I think it's kind of small compared to other kids in my school.
All right,
Mike what's up with him tonight?
I don't know. He's bucking for a raise. Meanwhile, he's just close to getting fired. Jeff. Do you speak any Filipino?
No, just understand it.
All right. You know what the word pogi means?
Yeah.
What's it mean?
It's mean like handsome or something?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. I installed closets with a Filipino guy named Pogi. You know, it's funny when you come from somewhere else, you can pick a name like Big Balls or Good Looking or Handsome or like Mountain God because it doesn't translate.
What would your name be if you were moving to the Philippines?
Hairy Ass.
Oh, yeah.
But no, what I'm saying is...
what would they call you? What would you pick as a name for yourself?
Oh, like Lord of all, I survey or something. But the point is we called this guy's name was Pogi. I mean, we called him Pogi. Everyone called him Pogi. Hey, Pogi, we're putting in a closet. Pogi means handsome. Now, there's no way you could go by handsome. If you're living in the United States and you're speaking English, you can't have people call you handsome. I mean, everyone at work and everyone who knows you, people are going to think you're stuck up, right?
Yeah.
But you can call Pogi.
Yeah.
That's the cool thing to do. The cool thing to do is to adopt a name from a different language and have people call you that.
That makes you feel good.
Every time someone calls you handsome, call Ann tight ass and big jugs or something, and pick a language. You know what I mean? Just feeling good about yourself all the time, right, Drew?
Yeah.
Okay.
Testicle?
Well, Victoria Jackson.
Rachel?
Rochelle.
Rochelle.
What's going on, Rochelle?
Rochelle.
All right, Rochelle, what's going on?
Okay. I'm wanting to know why I get heartburn after I have sex.
Rochelle's got energy, boy. You feel that?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Maybe it's all that
No,
salt.
not oral sex, just through penetration. Bad heartburn where I can't breathe.
What was that?
Like a lot of acid is coming up. It's really weird.
No, we're talking about how you relate to us.
Maybe it's the sausage.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Hey, Rachel?
Rochelle.
I mean, Rochelle? Jesus Christ. How do you spell Rochelle?
R-O-C-H-E-L.
R-A capital C.
Oh, so it's, I keep reading it off the thing.
R-A capital C?
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, you're screwed up.
Yeah, exactly.
What's going on with you? Why are you so screwy?
With therapy.
Getting it. Hey,
I'm from Kansas, that's it. That's what they're telling me.
Well, what happened to you that might make you kind of a little bit
different,
hostile? And don't take a vote from the peanut gallery behind you. What's going on? Rochelle?
Yes?
Rochelle, what's going on with you? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from my house, but I'm on a cell phone because I was in the car on the way over here, so it's kind of cutting me out, but I think it's okay.
All right. Hey, what if we call you back or something?
Would that be better?
Well, I think so, because the line is kind of bad.
Did you hear that, Ann?
Yeah, I can't hardly hear you.
All right, hold on
there, Rochelle. We'll call you back. Getting a weird vibe from Rochelle.
Immediately.
Yeah, immediately.
Yeah.
We both got it.
Yeah.
What was that?
Hostile.
Plus, she spells her name, she shoves a cap, and let me say this. Those who want to shove a capital somewhere in their first name, it ain't there.
Put it at the beginning.
That's it. That's the only place I'll acknowledge it. Blake.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to go with a capital second A in my name. Is that cool?
All right.
All right, Blake. You're 14. What's happening?
Add am.
Do you have to pronounce it differently when you go with the capital?
That was her thinking. It was like, hey, it's a capital C. So.
Hey, Blake?
Yeah.
What's your problem?
Had a question. I haven't been sleeping in for school and got to Saturday school for some truancies, and my dad's had a girlfriend for about a month now. They've just been dating, and she's been over here quite a bit. She's trying to do a little discipline thing that I don't know how to confront her about it.
What is she doing exactly?
She tries to hint stuff to my dad that I should be grounded and lose stuff like, phone and TV and all that stuff. But
well, that's true, but how do you know that she's saying stuff like that?
Because he says it in front of me, like when we're eating dinner and stuff. My dad's never done that. He doesn't really punish me.
Good.
That's why you do this stuff.
That's why you keep effing up.
That's true. Blake, if you're really involved with you as a proper parent, and parenting is a crappy job, and you hate what they do, parents hate what they have to do, but it's to try to help you do things that are better to make you healthy.
Yeah.
And it sucks, but it's what he needs to do. Why is he such a crappy parent? Where's your mom?
I moved out from her about 2 years ago.
Because she used to make you do stuff you didn't want to do?
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah.
Hey, Blake.
Yeah.
Let me give you some serious advice here.
Yeah.
From one guy who never wanted to do anything he was supposed to do to another guy who's not doing anything he's supposed to do. It's great all the way through school. You can duck and weave and bob your way all the way through school. You can get passing grades when they should have failed you. You can doctor up report cards. You can forge notes. You can make it all the way through high school, probably part of college, certainly all of junior college, ducking and weaving and bobbing and getting away with murder. Essentially, getting B's for D work and fooling everybody. But you know what? You get out in life, and the joke is on you, brother. I don't want to sound preachy or too trite here, but it is the God's honest, because when you get out in society, nobody cares if you can weave or duck or bob. They just fire you. They don't care. You stop showing up at work, they don't care about a note, they don't care about anything.
If you don't have the skills that they need.
You don't have the skills, they just fire you.
That's it, you're done.
And you're a loser. Every one of my friends, my best friend was the Artful Dodger, this guy. He could get into anything, get out of anything, get by with anything. He did it. And he became an adult, had a horrible life. He really couldn't get anywhere. But he could get any teacher to do anything they wanted. He used to laugh at me because he would never attend class. I would attend, and he'd get a better grade in the class than I would.
If I remember right, you used to have to wait in line to sign up for classes. He wouldn't even do that.
He wouldn't wait in line. He'd just go to the beach, and then he'd come back and storm into the counselor's office and get all the classes he wanted. But you know what? When he got into the working world, nobody gave a good rat's ass about that skill. And, Blake?
Yeah.
I know you resent your stepmom for actually...
Not even stepmom yet. And by the way, it is awfully presumptuous and highly intrusive of this 1 month into a relationship, a girlfriend getting involved between a son and a dad. But on one hand, I don't mind it, and on one hand, it shows how inadequate dad is as a parent, but it also suggests something about this girl. So, well, mental note. Awfully intrusive.
Yeah.
But not in a bad way.
I'm getting Blake's read. We're hearing Blake's version of it, though.
Yeah.
I don't think she's too bad.
Yeah, she made us be saying, hey, why aren't you doing...
Yeah.
What do you have? Why isn't he getting punished for that?
Yeah. Blake should. You should. And I'll tell you, they're doing you a favor.
That's right. Parenting sucks.
It does?
It is not about being someone's buddy. We decided in the 60s and 70s parents are supposed to be buddies.
Yeah.
Remember that crap?
Right.
That is such a load of crap.
Okay. let me just tell everybody, especially all our young stone listeners, life is something that takes some preparation for. I don't think that was very eloquent, but you know what I'm saying.
2 decades of preparation.
You really, you got to figure some things out. And if you're raised chucking dirt clods and not learning to read, it's a bitch. I'm here to tell you. You'll be cleaning carpets right out of high school, and then you'll just climb in a hole and have some a-hole yell at you. That will be your life. All right, it's getting cathartic. Where were we?
Wait a minute, that's my life.
That's your life? That is not your
just
life.
when I'm up here, I guess.
Yes. Oh, the a-hole yelling at you?
Yeah.
Now, is this Rochelle?
Rochelle.
Rochelle, there you go.
Oh, Rochelle.
All right, you're 25?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Close.
Now, what's going on?
I wanted to know why, when I had sex, I got heartburn so bad.
Ooh. All right.
I get heartburn really bad.
I'll tell you why.
All right, let's take a break. Wait, hold that thought in.
Okay.
All right.
It's going to be hard. I can't hold my thoughts.
I know you can't.
I think the guy's tipping her up on her back, with her feet up toward the ceiling fan.
Could be.
And she's having that acid reflux.
Could be.
Huh?
That's one way.
Could be
she
it.
She's a guy yet.
Ooh, that's true. Okay, we'll take a break. We'll get back with the curiously hostile Rochelle.
I feel so liquidy.
Really? Why?
You're listening to Love.
Hey, it's Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. Phone number, 1-800-LOVE-191.
Fax number,
forget about that.
310-854-4455. How did you know that Abe Lincoln's dad treated him like that?
Listen, I'm hip.
How did you know that?
I told you I come home at night and I sit and watch that goddamn History Channel.
No, really?
I watch, how Abe Lincoln bombed Pearl Harbor, and
Abe Lincoln hated his dad.
I learned about the whole thing. He should have. Abe's dad should have kissed his ass a little. See, that's it. You never know. Some of these parents, a lot of these guys like in the NBA whose dad was estranged, had 17 kids cut out when little Shaquille O'Neal was only 3.5 years old, or whoever it is. Now the guy signed like $120 million contract on their 19th birthday. And hey, guess who shows up again?
Yeah.
Guess who it is? Hey, Dad, what's happening? Hey, son, I was reading the paper. So Coolio tomorrow night, and we'll ask Coolio where his dad is when we see him tomorrow night, see if he's back in the picture or if he ever left. The Flies are coming in here on Tuesday. Allie Landry, who was... she's basically the Doritos chick,
right.
But she's also on something else. She's got a new show. The hell is she doing?
And?
Here's the thing. If you're a good-looking chick in this town and you can hold a microphone up straight, they'll start a show where they just put you on the street. Hi, this is Allie Landry, and I'm at Bit of Stockholm Smorgasbord out in Sherman Oaks, California. Sir, what are you eating? And they'll just do that, and then they'll throw it back to the studio. Okay. Hey, Drew?
Yeah.
I've got to get a special shoe made so I can punch up these lines without having to sit forward. So I can do the show from
a long stick or something.
Recline position. All right. I got to work on that.
I could actually punch the calls for you.
I just want my own Loveline shoes. Rochelle?
There you go. Hello.
Hey, now you're 25, and you get the heartburn when you have sex, but only intercourse, right?
Right.
Uh-huh. The same guy?
Well, yeah.
Is it a girl?
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Drew picked up on that early on.
I figured. I caught that.
Yeah, Rochelle's got a little...
You're gay.
No, I'm not sure she's gay. I think she's all over the place.
A little angry?
No, I'm not angry, and I'm not all over the place.
You're gay?
Yeah.
Why? How'd you know that, Drew?
I don't know. Just
I can pick it up on guys, but not on girls.
So it's after oral sex?
No, it's not after oral sex. It's after penetration sex.
And you get heartburn.
Hold on, let me figure this out.
Really bad heartburn.
Hold on, what are they penetrating you with?
They.
It. What is
your partner?
What's your partner? What is one penetrating you with?
Our toy.
Does your toy have a belt so that it can stay on one's waist more securely?
Yeah. Yeah, that would be it.
You crazy broads, you know.
Exactly.
I'm lesbian, so here's what I do. I'm really into chicks. I'm so into chicks, they strap on a penis and pound me like a guy. That's genius.
Kind of cheating, huh?
Well, it's like it doesn't make much sense. You know what I mean?
Except if you found guys to be such a pain in the ass.
Exactly.
And that starts early.
It's just about
and that's what I'm picking up on.
Okay. Well, Rachel, we gotta pry a little bit, all right?
You've got to get that name right first.
I mean, Rochelle. It's that I don't know how to pronounce it.
Let's stay with it.
I'm keep reading on the board.
We know what's going on with her. Let's stay with the symptoms here. What are the symptoms you get? Describe them to me.
I get really bad heartburn.
Describe the heartburn.
Chest, and it goes up into my throat, and I have a hard time swallowing.
Does acid actually get into your mouth?
Yeah.
Do you burp?
I can taste it, yeah.
Do you have any other medical problems?
No.
Are you on any medication?
No.
Do you use a lot of anti-inflammatories or anything like that?
No.
You play the acoustic guitar?
Anything? Are you in a weird position at all when this happens?
No.
Do you feel like vomiting?
Sometimes.
Is there something about the act that's disturbing to you?
No, nothing like that. It's just it's the same thing that I get like when I go run. I get a lot of acid in my system.
So you have some sort of
thing.
You may have gastroesophageal reflux disease. You may have just an esophagitis or a hiatal hernia. There's various things. You're kind of young for these things, but there are disorders of the contractile force of the esophagus, the muscle between the esophagus and the stomach. Acid can get up into the esophagus and burn it and keep loosening that muscle and cause more acid to get in there. It's all sorts of issues that can develop.
I'd like to see her do one of those Pepsi AC commercials. You know, the people are always hard at work. You know, they're stacking lobster crates. Listen, I work 14 hours, and I need an antacid that works. Everyone needs something that works as hard as they do.
That's the implication.
Have you ever has anybody ever declared they needed a product that works as hard as they do, whether it's deodorant or talc or antacid?
No, it's never been said on television.
No, I mean, has it ever been said in real life? No one has ever said that goddamn phrase. I need a charcoal insert for my shoe that works as hard as I do.
Yeah. All right, Rochelle.
But they should have a commercial where Rachel has Rochelle.
There you go.
Rochelle.
There are obviously over-the-counter medicines for this.
Did your parents name you Rochelle?
My mother did, yes.
Rochelle?
Rochelle.
I want you to kick her right in the nuts.
I will do that.
Oh, because your whole life you get called Rachel, right?
My whole life.
All right, here's the deal.
Why don't you just change it to Rachel?
There are over-the-counter medicines, these histamine 2 blockers like Pepcid and Zantac and Tagamet.
Would it have anything to do with the fact that I get really congested during the day and I use nose spray all the time? And
are you addicted to the nose spray?
Bad. I have been for a long time.
You must stop that. Those medicines actually can cause esophageal spasm. Any kind of stimulant can.
Really? I started it after I had my daughter.
You've got to get somebody to treat with the inhaled corticosteroids.
I got to get me one of them strap-ons.
You got to get
Wow. You talk about realism, Drew.
Two antagonists.
Can you imagine?
You may need to see a gastroenterologist to have this thing looked up because there are more serious things that can cause this, even lymphomas and things. So it's something worth checking out.
I would sue the manufacturer if I got pregnant from one of those things. Hold on. I'm not done. I'm really not.
You want to bet on it?
Rochelle?
Rochelle.
Whatever. Now listen to me.
I'm listening.
What's up with you?
Where's daughter? Now she's lesbian.
Where's your dad? What's someone do? Something happened, right?
Nothing happened.
Come on, Rochelle,
give
please.
us the truth.
Of course something happened.
Please.
Of course something happened.
Please, tell us.
Nothing happened. I just decided that I was not straight.
Well, okay, let me ask you a few questions.
My dad's fine, my mom's fine, everything's fine.
You said men were such a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
What were you referring to?
Probably just her father.
What kind of guy was he?
He was a jerk.
What did he do?
He took off. I got pregnant when I was a senior in high school.
Uh-huh.
And he's not around. So
yeah. He just took off. How old was he?
He was 2 years older than me.
Yeah. When did you lose your virginity?
When? Oh, my God.
How old were you?
Not quite 15.
14.
Yeah.
And how old was the guy?
16.
16. Something's up.
Dad's a good guy. What's your dad do?
My dad adopted me when I was 3 months old. I don't know my real father.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, is this all tying in here?
You got some anger or something.
Dad,
I have no anger. I really don't.
Rochelle, we were aware of it immediately.
Yeah,
you could feel it.
Well,
but
not
immediately.
Real. Yeah, okay. A little angry.
And you know, the guys taking off are a huge issue. If another one takes off, and it's like, that's it. All guys take off. Forget it.
Yeah, but that's not the reason I'm a lesbian.
Okay.
Have you always felt like you were a lesbian?
I think so, yeah. Looking back at it from when I found out, yeah, I knew.
But why do you involve the strap-on if you don't like guys?
Well, it feels good.
Yeah. Okay. All right. You done, Drew? Yeah.
I'm done with her.
Okay.
She didn't hear anything I said.
But. All right. Well, what'd you tell her to do?
I told her to get somebody for get some inhaled nasal corticosteroids. Get on these H2 antagonists. She may need a gastroenterologist. There are potentially serious conditions that can cause this.
Right.
And she is not what we'd usually consider a lesbian. She is not that usual history. If she wants to be a lesbian now, it's fine. But
what do you mean? No, she's just a lesbian because she hates guys.
Yeah.
It's like it's a default or by default kind of thing, which is, it's not that I really love women. It's that I really hate guys and I'm horny. So what are you going to do? It's like when a vegan or a vegetarian, if you're trapped out in a lifeboat. Drew, are you paying attention?
I am listening to you while I'm looking at the screen here. Go ahead.
You got chicken and you got beef. You're vegetarian. You're not supposed to eat either one of them, but you'll die if you don't. Which one do you eat? Drew, you gonna screw us up? Which one do you eat?
Chicken.
Yeah, right. Because it's not as bad. I mean, the beef's bad. The chicken's you don't want, but you'll do it anyway. It's not beef, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Next time we'll use pork. I get the answer the same day, right?
I just want listen because you get so upset if I don't give you the answer you're looking for. I have to sit a beat and think about it.
All right, we'll take a little break, and then when we come back, we'll speak to Kevin, who's 15. Girlfriend's mom grabbed his butt when he was there. How to deal with this? We'll tell him after this. It's Loveline. Adam, that's true. We'll take a quick 10-second timeout, and we'll be back with more fabulous radio in just 10 seconds.
This is Loveline on
Radio
Station. Saludos, amigos. This is the new rock alternative. 90.1 KFMA. Green Valley.
All right. Hey, everybody.
Well, what?
I was just talking to Engineer Mike, who came to the taping of the other TV show. I'm trying to figure out my headphones here.
And?
But, huh? Oh, the guard thought his name was Adam Carolla and didn't want to let him on. And there was something in a magazine article I was in, I don't know, it was last week or something. My name was spelled Corrolla. I think, God, how do you do that? How does my name get whacked so bad every time? I'm ready just to go. I'm ready to just change the spelling. I'm ready to take a vote on the spelling and
let's screw it up still.
Just go with it. Kevin?
Yeah?
You're 15.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on?
Well, first I'd like to say that, Adam, you're like a god to me.
Thank you.
Yeah, and Dr. Drew, you should go full out with the morning after pill PSA.
I'm going to.
All right, great. And my call is completely fake.
Oh,
well, that's all right.
Enough.
Well, you gave us our props, though.
Thank you, Kevin.
Huh.
Thank you for being honest, too.
What was his question?
Mom grabbed his butt when he was at the girlfriend's mom grabbed. Forget it. He could have hung on with us and talked for a while.
He could have. I was going with it. As long, hey, listen, you keep the compliments coming. You'll do the last hour of the show. Right, Drew?
I don't know about that.
Greg?
Yeah.
You're 23.
Yeah.
What do you like about us?
What's going on, Greg?
Wait, I want to change the name of the show to What Do You Like About Adam?
What do you like about Adam?
Greg.
I'm a white male, and I've always dated white women, and I've felt like inadequate in all my relationships.
Why?
And I find ways about them to like pick women apart.
Why do you feel inadequate?
I don't know. I have no clue, really.
You pick them apart so they...
Like after so many months in a relationship, I start to look for things.
We keep them on the defensive, so you, God forbid, you should expose yourself to some vulnerability.
Yeah. I think I know what it stems back to. My mother left me when I was 14.
All right. Where'd you go? What happened?
She just said she was going away for the weekend, and then she never came back.
Oh, my God.
So we ended up, like,
living by ourselves with my older sister for a year, and then we ended up with our grandparents.
That's awful. Where'd she go?
We have no clue. She popped back when I was 18.
Is she just nuts?
Yeah, I guess so. She had some problems. She was on drugs.
On drugs, yeah. That's about the only... I mean, really, to overcome those instincts, to take care of your own kids, you've got to be on drugs. I mean, the brain biology will not let you do that unless you're so detached from reality that you just, can't function.
Yeah.
But it's got to be drugs. It just has to be for people to behave like that. I'm sorry, Greg. That's awful. Well, you know what it is, so why don't you try to hang in with some relationships, make some careful choices?
Well, I did. I got married. I got married at 20 when I was in the Marines.
Oh, well, that's not what we meant.
And I was in sniper school, and my wife slept with my next-door neighbor.
Thank God you had your training to fall back on.
Yeah. So,
hey, let me just put this out there. If you're going to be banging around with wives whose husbands are off getting training, sniper school... Sniper College or Sniper Academy.
Let that be low on the list.
Yeah, let that be low on the list. Yeah, that's like just under like Kickboxing Academy and the Taekwondo school, Sniper School. I mean, it's almost like it's comedy. I want, I'd bang a chick for her husband who's like, an origami class or something, but not Sniper School.
Teacher.
Oh, wow. Hey, what do you do in Sniper School? You just shoot a lot of bottles with Ted Nugent?
No, you go miles and... You just shoot. That's
how far do you practice shooting? I mean,
you have to do so many yards, and then you have to do a mile and a half to graduate.
Mile and a half.
You have to have 15 shots within a 2-inch radius of a mile and a half.
Whoa. Within a
50 caliber.
Within a 2-inch radius.
2-inch circle.
That's
a mile and a half.
It's a mile and a half.
You have to have a grouping of 5.
Well, I can't even see. My eye will not go a mile and a half.
Yeah, it will.
If I spit
it eye sees up to 3 miles.
Okay, so do you use a scope?
Yes, of course.
And you need a grouping of 5 out of the 15 bullets
15.
In a 2-inch space.
2-inch circumference.
Is there a certain period of time you have to fire that quick?
3 days.
Yeah.
What's that?
What is there a period of time that you have to fire this?
You have 5 minutes for 15 shots.
5 minutes. And so is this just a sort of bolt action, 50 caliber?
Exactly, yes.
Wow. Hey, let me ask you this, Greg. When you're firing a mile and a half, and it's just under, let's say, regular conditions, how far does the bullet drop?
Drops 8 inches.
8 inches?
6 to 8 inches. You never have perfect conditions.
Right.
Not at a mile and a half.
How about, does it drift, too?
It drifts left and right.
Yeah, but it drops more than it drifts?
Yeah, that's why they give you 15 shots, so you can mark each one to see where you're dropping it. From a mile and a half, you don't know where a bullet's coming from, so if you miss it, you're just going to hear,
Right.
You won't know if you're shooting at somebody.
Right.
So you can walk it in. Most of the time you don't have to, though. A couple shots and you're right in there.
Yeah.
But anyways.
Yeah, well, wait a minute. Let me ask a few more sniper questions.
Okay, go ahead.
When it's hot, does it drop less? When it's hot and dry?
Yeah, you get a shadow. Usually when it's hot, it's sunny. So you get a shadow on your scope.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll you automatically drop 4 to 5 inches when when it's real sunny.
But I mean, just by the air condition. I mean, whether it's humid or overcast day or or a.
The best day to shoot is an overcast day.
It is.
You don't have shadows, and you usually have lighter air.
The air's lighter.
The air's thinner, yes.
I thought it was thinner when it was hotter and drier.
No. Well, if it's dry, yeah, but then you get the sun, which throws you off.
Oh, okay. All right.
If it's sunny, it throws you off.
Okay, so anyway, you shot your neighbor.
No, I didn't shoot my neighbor. I would like to. I'd like to shot her, but that's not the way to handle it. But anyways, I'm now starting to see a black lady.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel very inadequate in this, because this is the first black lady I've ever been with.
Why? What difference did that make?
I can't explain it. I've sat and thought about it.
Maybe it's just her.
Enlighten me a little bit.
No, maybe it's just her.
What's that?
Maybe you're involved with her. Maybe you really like her, and so you're.
I do, and I really like her, and I've got along better with her than I have with any other women I've dated.
Forget the color issue. It's not anything to do with that.
But I know, and she doesn't make it that, but I feel like I have to be somebody else that I'm not, just to, match up, or I don't know.
Do you tell her that you feel inadequate?
No, I haven't told her.
Well, what does she do for a living?
She runs a hotel.
Huh.
What do you mean you act different? You go like, give me 5 and stuff like that?
No, he acts like you.
I feel like sometimes I have to do that. Do you understand? Because I'm the first white person she's ever dated.
Listen, I want you to mind your P's and Q's because you represent all white people now. You understand?
Yeah.
We don't want to sour her to all white men.
Okay, I got you.
All right, so listen.
Well, you Adam.
It's true. She never dated a white man before.
I mean, is this a dumb question?
No,
it's a great question. It's a great question.
Let me talk to Greg for just 10 seconds, and we got to move on. Greg's mom took a dump on him.
Yes.
And he's having difficulty reconnecting with a woman.
Yes.
Now, any woman you get involved with, Greg, you will pick whatever makes most sense or whatever her most powerful attribute is, you will focus on for why you shouldn't be together.
Right.
If she is a virgin and she's black, you'll focus on the black. If she's been with a few guys and she's white, you'll focus on, or Asian, you'll focus on the fact that she's been with a few guys before you. You'll pick whatever makes the most sense, like that target you get in your crosshairs, and you'll stick with it. You got to know that's what you're doing, and you do seem to know that's what you're doing, but you can't really help yourself.
And with this one, I think he really likes her more than some of the others, and she probably is a better pick for him. That's just what makes him so much more uncomfortable. The one he married, he probably felt very adequate around, but of course she's just the kind of person that would leave him.
Right.
This one's the kind of one that'll really love him and stick around. It's too much for him.
All right.
Hang in there, Greg.
Hang in there.
Be okay. You're not inadequate. Talk to her about your feelings and where they come from. I think you might find some support there.
Bridget.
Hello.
You're 20.
Yeah.
What's going on?
I'm in college right now, and we have 2 weeks left. You know, we have 1 week of classes, and then we have finals.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't been to class in like 3 weeks.
Because why?
I live in the dorm, and so I'm close to campus. It's like a 5-10 minute bus ride, but I've had a really hard time like leaving the building.
You got that little girl voice, so...
I know. It's, I was talking to a friend of mine, and I'm from Chicago, and I was doing an imitation of a Chicago gangster, and he just started cracking up because he said I sounded like I was 12.
Well, let's just ask the usual little girl voice question. Any trauma when you were a little girl?
No, I just, I had my tonsils out about a month ago.
Holy Christ.
Younger.
Oh.
I have some hearing difficulties.
Some what difficulties?
Hearing. I'm partially deaf in both ears, which is probably part of it. And I'm a very short person. I don't know if that matters.
It's the stature part. Yeah. All right, so nothing traumatic when you were a kid?
No, clinical depression does run in my family. And so I'm pretty sure my dad has it. He's got a very explosive temper, like I do also. And I get the feeling that I'm depressed just from various things.
Did he ever strike you?
No. We would very rarely get spankings, but that was very rare, and that was like a last-ditch thing.
Well, then what about his explosive temper?
Oh, he would yell. Excuse me. When I was very young, he wasn't around a lot. He worked like 3 jobs.
Yeah.
So he was like never around, and I had this big hero worship thing for him. He was my big daddy and everything. And I still in a way have that. But then he lost his job when I was like 6.
Yeah.
And my mom had to get a job, and that was, having her as the principal breadwinner was kind of hard for him. And he got really depressed.
He stayed home and he yelled at you.
Did he drink?
No, he doesn't. Well, he drinks, but he doesn't get. He's not an alcoholic.
Okay. All right, Bridget. So you can't leave a building now because you have agoraphobia. You get panicky when you're outside.
I get panic attacks.
And you're depressed.
It's mainly apathy. It's like I've been in school since I was 4, and I'm 20, and it's like when I'm like deeply in debt, and it's like I don't see the point in anything.
Well, but hang on now. Not seeing the point in anything is sort of the typical symptom of depression. Being in school since you're 4 is the norm. I was in school when I was 4 and finished till I was 28.
I had a tutor in my mother's womb.
Yeah, likewise. And
you were in my mother?
No.
Son of a bitch.
Please.
All right, go ahead.
Done. And you have serious depression, Bridget. You know it's in your family. You've got some issues there, and the biology, the wiring clearly suggests that you were prone to this, and the panic and the apathy and the lack of meaning in things, those are all classic symptoms of depression. You must get treated. It's starting to have significant consequences where it could really affect your scholastic performance and God knows what else. Please get this treated. There's some good medicine out there.
All right.
And therapy.
Sarah.
Yes.
You're 27.
Yes, I am.
What's happening?
Oh, I was just calling to talk to you guys about your astrological signs, because I know Adam in particular, you've been coming down on a couple of people about that.
No, my new thing is the
feng shui.
The feng shui, which is, I looked up, it's Chinese for retard. And the feng shui is my new thing, and then
LA Times has a feng shui article.
Only in Southern California do we have people sort of pompous, retarded, rich, and stupid enough for this feng shui. Do people know what this feng shui is? You know what this is? This is it's having a renaissance. It's been around for I don't know, millions of years, thousands of years. It's a Chinese
tradition.
It's a Chinese tradition that involves sort of the way you lay things out, the direction they face.
As I first heard about it, it was, which way the dragon was facing, whether your house was on the head of the dragon or the tail of the dragon. And
right.
Weird stuff like that.
It's crap that people like Madonna get into and other nut jobs. It's sort of narcissism meets money meets retardicism. But anyway, they have these feng shui masters, and they come into your house and they go, well, listen, the foot of your bed is facing the front door of your house or facing the door of your bedroom, and the foot of your bed should never face the door of your bedroom. Now, your bedroom's too small to turn the bed around or to relocate the door, but if we hang a bamboo flute in between the door and the foot of your bed, it's going to take that negative chi and it's going to deflect it into the neighbor's yard. And, they'll come in your house and tell you to take your kitchen and turn it 180 degrees so that the sink faces the other direction because of this and that. It taps into people. It's people at their worst. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got to put a mirror out in the yard. You have to, if you can't have a waterfall in your house, you could certainly just take like a piss bucket and put it by the side of the bed.
Today in the newspaper it said, make sure you have a garden on the east. And birds of paradise are good because they're red.
Right. You have your colors, and then it's all this it's just a load of ass.
Yes.
But anyway, just like this astrology, by the way. But go ahead, Sarah.
Oh, thanks a lot.
It's always...
I was just calling to say, since I'm a Gemini like yourself, just how great it is to be a Gemini.
Why?
And when people call in and talk about you being a god to them, and you talk about taking over the world someday, that they need to take heed because you're going to do it.
What was Hitler?
I don't know.
Oh, please.
But he was not a Gemini.
So this is all going to be about Adam, huh? Adam's astrological.
Is it true that you're getting married, by the way?
It may be.
Oh, my goodness.
Adam,
that kind of surprised me.
You know, the worst time admitting to that.
It's all I did was talk about this today, so I'm tapped out on it. Everybody. It's all I get anymore.
Giving you some grief the way I am?
Everybody gives me grief. It's just, I've had my fill.
Oh.
Sarah?
Yes?
He talks about it like it's some sort of sentence, which...
It is, a little bit.
Yeah.
Come on, Drew, you know it is.
Not for everybody.
No, it wasn't. I'm surprised, actually, it wasn't.
Listen, Sarah?
Yes.
What's the deal?
Well, I don't follow this sort of thing day to day, like some people I think that have called in, but I think that the character portraits of certain signs are important. Like I was just going to read you from a book that I have that talks about Gemini men being, you'll be convinced that he's the most exciting, interesting, intelligent man you've ever come across.
Okay, that's totally false.
My girlfriend would laugh her ass off.
I'm laughing my ass off right now. Everybody who meets Adam is disappointed. He's so interesting on the radio. In real life, he is the most uninteresting, disappointing, boring. He's me.
Listen, I flew a model airplane today, the entire day. I'm wearing slippers because I'm too lazy to put socks on.
All right, then.
I don't do anything that's exciting.
Okay.
You know what I want to do? I want to watch TV.
I do that all the time.
That's all I do. I don't even watch good TV.
Well, see, I like to watch those true Hollywood stories.
Oh, that's my show. That is my show.
I know. I don't care who it's about. I have to watch it.
All right, that's us.
Yeah.
So, what a Gemini... Well, wait, who do I pair up with as a Gemini?
Well, Virgos are very good.
That's scary.
What Drew is, but I mean,
Virgo? Drew, are you Virgo?
Yeah.
What sign are you then?
What's Drew?
Yeah.
Drew's Virgo. You're Virgo?
Yeah.
Okay. We pair up good?
Yeah, and let's see.
What's the Virgo characteristic?
Yeah, like other signs that are supposed to be the same kind of elements as us, like air signs. But the thing that about Geminis and Virgos is that we're ruled by the same planet, apparently. So that's why we get along so well. But it's all, you know.
Well, what planet rules us?
Either, you know. I mean, it's like
Sarah, listen, I got to move on now. You all right?
Fine. I understand.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
How overweight are you? Seriously.
I'm not.
Come on, be serious.
I'm my ideal weight. Thank you very much.
Ideal for you, but not for your husband. He's
I'm not even married.
Oh, what a fat. Who knew? Drew, please. Oh, listen, everybody, with your feng shui and your what the hell's the other one I love? Birthstones. Oh. That's another thing. It's, what, chicks. I think guys are into this feng shui, too. Absolutely incredible. You know, Bruce Lee died because he had his feng shui mirror was out in his yard and a typhoon hit and it fell off the tree and it broke. Thanks, Mike. And, that's why Mike's going nuts. He's got students. You know that? He usually doesn't sit up or anything.
Whatever.
His mirror broke off, and he didn't replace it in a timely way. And, of course...
We'll see if he had.
6 months later, he was dead.
Yeah. Of course.
Okay. Josh, you're 15. Let me tell you what my feng shui is. Cable goddamn TV and a big screen. That is my feng shui. Cable TV and a fridge full of beer and jerky. That is feng shui. And a nice sofa. That is the feng shui. Josh?
Josh is asleep now.
Oh, he is? Oh, he's been on hold for 76 minutes. Josh? Can we hear him? Sometimes when people fall asleep, they fall asleep with the phone in their mouth, and sometimes I think it just falls out of their hand.
Right.
All right, we'll put Josh back on hold.
Let's take a break.
You want to do that?
Wait for some more interesting calls to come up here, because we don't have any right now.
We don't?
Yeah.
You want me to give another dissertation on feng shui?
No, thanks.
Really?
Really.
What else would I consider feng shui? I mean, porn? Like
for your house?
Yeah, TV,
your porn bunker.
VCR, the porn bunker.
TV facing the bed.
TV. Oh,
in the wall.
I like a nice towel I can walk around in. That's feng shui-esque. Okay, we'll take a break. We'll be back.
Loveline with Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla. We'll be right back.
Hey there. It's Loveline. I'm Adam. That is Drew. We are going to move on here, and we'll speak to Rose, who's 28. Rose?
Hi.
Hey.
Let's see. Okay, first of all, I think you guys are great. I really like the show.
Thanks.
I've been listening for, I don't know, some number of years now. Anyway, one thing that's always been interesting to me is your take on tattoos and piercings and that stuff.
Yeah.
Because my brother, who is, so let's see, I'm 28, he's 24 now. He's really into tattoos, and he got his first one when he was 16. And actually, I was totally horrified by it, and so were my
nice,
parents.
Adam. Please, why don't you do it right into the mic?
I'm sorry.
Sorry, go ahead.
He got his first tattoo when he was 16.
Yeah.
And then he got, I think this is pretty typical, he got another one pretty soon after that, like a month later. You know, and a few more here and there. My parents really tried to stop it because they just thought, you know, it's a bad idea to do that to yourself because, well, for obvious reasons.
What were your parents like?
What are they like? They're really stable and actually somewhat, they're academics, both of them. And they're still married. They're pretty, I don't know.
Were they sort of detached emotionally?
No, not at all.
Very available.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And we're all pretty close. I'm just worried that, you know, maybe something happened to this brother of mine, because that's sort of what you're always saying. Like,
did he get into drugs at all?
A little bit as a teenager.
No big deal, though.
No, and definitely not anymore.
And
how were his relationships?
Yeah, exactly.
With the family or
with his peers? I mean, intimate relationships.
Chicks, theoretically.
Pretty good. In fact, even though, you think it might be a little bit off-putting. He has no trouble with finding. Lots of women are interested in him.
Where are the pierces? Where are the pierces?
Oh, he doesn't have piercings, just tattoos.
Well,
Sorry.
no, we don't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't consider this a deal.
Really, even if it seems like he's obsessed with that. I mean, he's got like a lot all over.
Is it covered?
Well, no, not covered, but enough. It's not just, a few people have like handful for.
No, and there was a time. It depends on the social circumstances.
How old is he?
He was 16 then. Now he's 24.
But I can remember reading articles.
Does he like snowboard or anything?
Mm-mm.
Does he do any of that tattoo type stuff? Ride a motorcycle or something?
Motorcycle, yeah. So a lot of it might be
cultural.
A lot of it's cultural.
Yeah, I can remember reading articles 10 years ago about the relationship between tattooing and antisocial personality disorders. You wouldn't find that article today. You would find it with, certain kinds of tattooing and certain kinds of piercings, and that's what we're referring to. We sort of throw it under a term we call aggressive piercing, which just means people have stuff through their genitalia, basically.
Right.
And lots of stuff.
Yeah.
And then we know something happened. And usually those people are also tattooed quite a bit. But just tattooing today doesn't really, and a pierce through an eyebrow or a nose, it doesn't mean anything. It really doesn't.
God, I was trying to think what today's equivalent was to our candy, cigarettes, and near beer. It's these rub-on tattoos for the kids.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right, that's
when
right.
When I was a kid, you could buy a pack of candy cigarettes.
Right, bubblegum cigarettes, too.
Yeah, right. pull them out, and they actually had, like, powdered sugar on them, and you could blow on them, and it was like you were puffing. And it was great. It was like, hey, I'm 9, I'm going to take a smoke break. And then you grab a near beer, and you got a beer in one hand and a pack of cigarettes in the other. Maybe not the greatest message for kids, but I see all these kids running around with their glue-on tattoos now, and I just wonder if they're not just being set up down the road. You know what I'm saying, Drew?
I'm pissed now. I'm bummed.
Very dangerous.
We've got drawers of tattoos.
Do you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Kids are both going to be freaks, or all of them, I should say. Jason.
Yeah.
You're 16.
Yeah, okay, sorry, you'll have to excuse me, I'm kind of nervous.
All right. Who are you?
What?
I'm nervous, too. I was just yawning.
Okay, well, my friend has been sort of obsessed with this girl for the last year and a half or so. And he thinks he loves her.
Do they have a relationship?
No.
Does she know he exists?
What?
Does she know he exists?
Yeah, he basically expressed his feelings to her about 2 months ago.
And what happened?
And she said that she really wasn't interested.
Okay, so there's no relationship.
What?
There's no relationship there.
No.
All right. Does he build his whole life on fantasy? Is this something he does?
Is
he kind of a...
Not for the most part, but with her, it sort of seems like it. He's been kind of on and off depressed for the past 2 months or so. And recently he sent me this email, and he mentioned basically suicide in it, and it kind of...
All right. Do his parents know about this?
I don't think so.
Jason, you must consider his life in grave danger. You cannot take it any other way than that. If he's suicide, if he's sort of detached from reality in terms of how he's conducting himself and his relationships, you must notify some adults. His safety is in your hands. I'm sorry you're stuck in that position. A teacher, a counselor at school, somebody's parents, your parents, you must get somebody involved and somebody to take this very seriously. He could be in danger right this minute. I think you have to immediately talk to somebody about this. You never take suicidal ideation or plans lightly, even if it's somebody who's been doing it over and again, or somebody who you believe is doing it just for attention getting. You're not in a position to make that distinction. And even somebody who is doing it just to get attention can occasionally accidentally kill themselves.
Yeah.
So please. This is not that situation. This is a serious one.
Somebody else hung themselves, I think it was in the Valley or something. That's over the weekend, someone was telling me.
That's nice.
Yeah, as I've said before, Drew, I can't figure out how you hang yourself. I just can't. Why is everyone hang themselves? Drew, would you kill yourself that way?
It's hard. You can't really understand that place unless people are there.
Well, I can understand killing yourself, but not hanging yourself. You know what I mean?
It's an impulsive, sort of psychotic event where people are so desperate to end the discomfort. They just do it very impulsively usually.
But aren't you choking when you hang yourself? Do you snap your neck? I mean, even when you're just in a prison cell or something, can you snap your neck?
I think the pain they're in is so intense, and they can cut the blood supply to the brain pretty quickly.
But how do you not reach up instinctively and grab the thing?
If the carotid supply is cut off, you're unconscious immediately.
Immediately?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, when someone tries to strangle you, you don't go unconscious immediately.
Pretty quick, if they do it enough, with enough force.
Immediately?
When the blood supply gets low, that's it. Your consciousness goes out.
All right. And you're with me, though. I mean, this seems... Oh, no, wait. She's talking.
She's looking at me.
Oh, okay. Thought she's involved in the show. Ann? Oh, there you go.
Hello?
Ann, caller Ann, you're 21.
Yes.
What's going on?
Well, I've been with my boyfriend for a very long time, and I've been having some thoughts about getting out of the relationship, but I'm not sure if that's what I really want, and I'm scared that if I leave him, that I won't be happy, and I'll want him back, and he won't come back to me. And I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
What's the reason you want to stay with him?
Well, I mean, I don't know that I want to stay with him.
What's the reason you want to leave?
I'm unhappy all the time, and I don't think I'm in love with him anymore.
And why would you want to come back?
Yeah, what are you going to miss?
Well, because, I don't know, I've been in relationships in the past, and I would break up with them, and I would want them back.
Yeah.
And I've been with him for 5 years, and I just don't know if I'm just having these thoughts and they're going to go away.
Well, how many relationships did you have before this? You were 16.
Well, I mean, not anything really serious. And this is the most serious relationship I had, and I just think that maybe this is just a low point in the relationship.
Yeah, it's run its course.
It's normal for...
You get together at 16.
Yeah, it's normal for these to come to a close. How old is he?
He's 25.
Do you guys live together?
Yeah.
16
it's tough to get out of that kind of thing. 16 and 20.
16 and 20.
That's when it started?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not too hip on that.
Yeah. What the hell? Why the hell wasn't I getting laid when I was 20 with a bunch of high schoolers? Wait a minute. I did.
So I just, and I don't really have anywhere to go.
Not 10th grade. Well, okay.
And I live with him.
Right. I know, it's hard to undo that kind of, all those different webs that you weave, but you got to do it when you got to do it.
You just hang around. It'll be a blowout soon enough. You'll break up.
But she really is done. She's totally done. And don't do something that locks you into that relationship like a marriage or a child or something. My God, that is the worst thing in the world to do.
Man, how the hell can you be with someone from 16 to 21? Did you do that,
She's
Drew?
Probably,
almost.
Yeah.
No wonder you're such a mess. Look at you. You had a girlfriend from 16 to 21?
Yeah, basically.
Wow.
Yeah.
I hated guys like you. I couldn't imagine having some... it was bizarre to me.
It's not the healthiest thing in the world.
Yeah, but, you think of yourself as a relationship guy, right?
Yeah.
See, that's my problem. I never had a girlfriend. I didn't have a girlfriend...
We're going back to marriage again here?
Well, okay. I didn't have a girlfriend from, I don't know, whatever, puberty.
And this is 1999, 3 weeks ago.
Well, no, hold on a second. I had a girlfriend for 2 weeks when I was 13. You remember the one that was friends thought she was nuts?
Yes, 14.
But from 13 and, let's just say, I don't know, 13 and a half to... I'd have to check my records, but I'd say 26? No. Come on, no, you're going the wrong direction. 22? 21, 22?
It's normal.
22, but nothing.
Not even dating.
Well, once in a while I coax some chick to go to a movie or something with me, but nothing.
Your truck with the couch seat in it and no window cranks.
2 dinette seats, like bar stools, where the bench seat was. No seatbelts or anything, and the window cranks busted off. Yeah, I was a real tough sell. But, no, occasional fling here and there, a little sex now and again. But I think I had a serious girlfriend. I think I was 21, something like that. But the point is, from 13 to 21, it was essentially... adolescence, right?
Yeah.
And so I never. Those are your formative years, aren't they?
You mean in terms of imprinting yourself as a relationship entity?
I just look at myself as a guy who hung out with other guys.
And threw poo.
Occasionally. Only in self-defense. Please.
Wait, no, we gotta go to break.
Oh, we do? Eric?
Hey.
You're 25.
Yeah.
You fell in love with a girl from Russia. Now that he's home, he doesn't feel...
Remember what Adam was saying earlier about not being able to read and how difficult it is to get a job and remain employed?
Yeah.
I could teach you how to read.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think
so.
It's all phonics these days.
It is?
Yeah.
Now, what is a phonic? I hear him talking about the phonics.
Let's talk about it during the break, shall we?
All right.
Eric, hold on a second.
Okay.
All right. What is the phonic, though? Since you don't know what it is either.
No, I'm teaching my kids that stuff. It's
Really?
Sounding words out. That's what I do.
Sound words out?
Yeah.
Like, how would you sound out Eric?
But you go E, elephant, R.
Yeah. See,
R, rabbit, R, igloo.
Listen, I don't got that kind of time. You just call him a kite?
No.
Okay. All right, we got to take a break. We'll come back with more phonics after this.
Loveline will be right back.
They are treading water in a sea of retarded sexuality.
Loveline. Exclusively on Tucson's New Rock. 92.1 KFMA.
It's the Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. Coolio will be in tomorrow night. Hey, Drew, you know when I was blowing my nose in the bathroom a second ago?
Yeah, that was wonderful.
Oh, something came out of there scary. But I just want to know, does that mean I'm getting sick?
Not necessarily. You had just been telling us how you on Thursday.
Yeah. How
you pick your nose to the point you believe there's something like wrong with you.
Yeah.
Like you're really working yourself.
Right.
Maybe you got a little bleeding going from that.
No. I mean, no. This was just all snot. But,
Colors?
Yeah, it had some color to
Yellow?
it. It's more the texture that bothered me. I mean, this thing... it's like a super ball came out of my nose.
God.
Yeah. What's that mean?
Nothing specific.
Nothing? Okay. So I'm good. Eric?
A little cocaine from the 70s.
Eric?
Yeah.
You're 25?
Yeah.
What's going on? Oh, yeah, the Russian. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? I knew her. I met her 6 years ago when I was there. I went back 6 weeks ago, and I had no feelings with her when I was there, or about her when I was there in '93. But this last trip, like something just really sparked. Anyway, we kind of got, we got pretty serious.
How long were you there for?
This last trip, I was only there for a couple of weeks.
You got serious in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
How's that happen?
Well,
let me explain. Eric doesn't do real good stateside with the ladies.
Out here. Yeah.
Right.
Well, I don't have many opportunities. Anyway.
Yeah, the United States is not big enough. You needed some place that had a little room to breathe, like Russia. Some space to it.
Yeah, something like that.
Right.
Anyway, I mean, I liked everything. I like everything about her.
Right.
But now that I've been gone away from her for now, it's been 4 weeks or so. My feelings aren't as strong as they were when I was there, and I just wonder if it's the distance, or it's like, I speak proficient enough Russian, so it's not, I can't say it's the language. But now it's like, when I was there, it's like I couldn't, I was with her every second of the day, and now it's like, I don't know if the feelings aren't as strong.
Yeah.
Why does that surprise you?
Because the feelings were so strong when I was there.
Well, is she going to come out here?
That's the plan. The plan is it's because this Kosovo thing, it can be very, very difficult for her to get here. She would have to prove to the American Embassy that she'd go back.
Mm. How do you do that?
Exactly. You don't. They have to be interviewed to get a visa. So it depends if the person who's giving the interview trusts that person to come back.
Really?
Yeah. So we have to prove that they have a tie to Russia to come back.
Uh-huh.
She has a 6-year-old daughter. So, but that's not a tie, because they would say that she would just send for her daughter when she gets here, and they have no choice but to do that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, does she have a fake limb or something she could leave back in Russia? Drew, what would you leave as proof that you'd come back? You have anything? Comic books or something? Something you collected?
But listen, Eric, one of the ways, there's all kinds of possibilities here. For instance, one of the ways people protect themselves from unpleasant losses is by denying the feelings you had in the first place. As you minimize or devalue that thing you were idealizing when you were there. I mean, it does suggest there's a lot of fantasy built into this relationship.
Yeah.
The other is when you get at home, it's not such a romantic, for lack of a better word, environment. You're in a more consistent reality, and bringing this romantic thing into your reality may not sort of burst its bubble. It may not appear the same to you when you bring it here, and you're afraid to have that happen as well. So there's a lot of potential explanations. But it sounds like you had an interesting and real relationship, so I'd hate to see you just devalue it because it's not here now.
Yeah, but I also get the feeling a lot of it is based on his inability to operate stateside.
Yeah, but wouldn't that be why he'd want to bring someone over here?
Yeah, it would be. Maybe he's feeling that too. I don't know. We don't have the answer to this one. Bob?
Oh, hi.
You're 24.
Yes, sir.
What's going on?
Go, Bob.
Hey, Dr. Drew.
Yes.
Adam, you're the best thing.
Bob, ask your question, pal.
Okay.
No, I want to. I want to guess where Bob's from. Keep talking, Bob. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, it's about the bursting of the nipple for women, sir.
Yeah.
What if they decide to breastfeed? Would that affect,
It's not Philippine accent.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Breastfeeding can be done with the nipple piercing. It makes it a little more difficult, but it can still be done.
Do they have to reopen the nipple?
No, they have to remove the bar or whatever's in there.
Dr. Drew, you're right.
I'm right?
Yep.
You're just testing me?
Huh?
You're from the Philippines.
Yeah, you're right.
See?
Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
From the Philippines?
Yeah, well,
I work with a lot of Filipino
kidding.
nurses, and I talk to them on the phone a lot.
Hey, Poggy. What's going on?
Hey, not much.
You know why? They talk. There's a TLK thing. It's talk.
Yeah, they sound like one of the Star Trek when the Klingons communicate. Is that what
and
it
also,
is?
they're very polite and very nice. And
He called you sir. Yeah. Well, you know he wasn't from this country. I mean, that you had to rule out immediately.
That's right.
But how come Filipino, to me, he was sounding sort of like a Eastern Bloc or something. Maybe I just had the Russian in me from the last call. Sounded like a Eastern European or something to me.
Yeah, a little bit of that.
Well, why?
I don't know why.
Okay. Bill?
Hey.
You're 20.
Yeah, I had a question about, nitrous use, nitrous oxide.
Yeah.
I use it maybe once a month or so, but maybe 3 or 4 times when I do use it. And I was wondering if, they say, kills brain cells and stuff like that, and I was wondering if that was true.
Yeah, it does, but I don't know of any documented...
Well, because I've also heard they can actually sort of protect neurons.
No.
I was wondering.
Don't forget that.
How does it protect
It's
them?
mostly, my major concern with people that are using it now and again is the fact that it is an anesthetic. There are reported cases of spontaneous deaths from cardiac arrhythmias. People do fall over and bust themselves up pretty good.
Right.
So there are. It's an anesthetic, and you want to be on a monitor when people are administering anesthetics to you.
What about if you're just using it from the little whippets, the little cartridges?
Like I said,
Same thing.
Yeah, same deal. So it's an relatively rare complication, but a possible one. So,
but most of the injuries that occur when people do it in a garage and they fall over and they whack their head on a car fender,
or they do it in a pool or something and they drown, that kind of thing. Yeah,
right.
That's the more common thing. But
so there's no just risk from the gas itself,
Well, there are if you use a lot of it. I've seen very heavy users develop extreme encephalopathies. They're disorganized. What's that?
What would you consider?
Yeah, I don't. You know what?
As much as you're using, wise ass.
The one I saw, I've seen a couple of cases. They're both dentists who are being exposed to it every day for I don't know how long though. That's what I'm not clear on. And there's also a neuropathy you can get where you lose the motor function first in your legs, then in your abdomen. Ultimately, you can't breathe. Like a Guillain-Barré syndrome. I've seen that.
Sure. He was an incredible mime, that Guillain-Barré. I told you when I was getting all that nitrous during my root canal.
You got weird.
I just had a bad trip.
Yeah.
A couple of them.
Oh, really? You didn't tell me about the second one.
Well, it was a host of bad trips.
You didn't tell me about that. They must have been awful, because you told me about the first one.
Well, it was a bummer. Hey, listen, nitrous is cool, but, pot brownies are cool, but in the dentist chair, everything's a bummer. You know what I mean? I don't care if you're drunk, high, stoned, whatever you are. When you're in the dentist chair, it's a bad trip. What people don't understand is, when you're doing drugs or you're getting loaded or you're drinking, whatever it is you're doing, a lot of it is where you are.
Yeah.
You got your mouth wide open and 3 people digging into you and you're strapped down to a chair and you're messed up. It really bums your high. It really does. And you know what kept bothering me, Drew?
Yeah.
Which was my weird trip. And there's something psychological here. I could look into this. The thing that was freaking me out is I was getting really high off this nitrous they were giving me, right? Yeah. And the first thing that goes is your hearing. You hear echo. Everything's like echoey, and stuff seems real loud, like I don't know, just the strobe from a fluorescent bulb or something would sound real loud. Your hearing starts going and all that. And all, you can't. Okay. But my weird high thing is I kept thinking they were talking to me, asking me questions and stuff, and I wasn't able to really respond to them.
Sort of locked in.
I was sort of locked in, and I thought they were thinking that I was like higher than I was, and as it turns out, they weren't really asking me questions and stuff, but they were talking back and forth amongst themselves, and I kept thinking they were trying to address me.
All right.
Well, what is that?
That's being high, being drugged.
Oh, yeah?
Hey, listen, by the way, I want to go to Littleton. I knew there was something I want to talk about tonight. And Ann, I'm going to ask you to take calls on this. If anybody that can help me find a way that I can be of use in the Littleton area, please call our producer, Ann Wilkins, at 818-567-1067. Because I really want to go to Littleton, and I hear that they're having a shortage of therapists, and they need groups, and I'd just like to go be of service there. So
you want to go there and take a few pictures and come
No, I want to go there. No, I feel a need to go. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
There's people who listen to us for a long time. If we can just help a little bit, it's not a big deal, at least to me, to go out there for an afternoon,
Yeah, I know. I just wonder how much you're going to get done in an afternoon.
Well,
is this symbolic? I mean, the track over there?
Support.
Yeah, I feel...
if there's something useful I can do. If not, I won't.
Okay. Sean?
Hey.
Hey.
I'm calling about Littleton, actually. I'm 17. I sent you guys a email a couple days ago. Did you guys get it?
Geez, I combed through those things
3 years ago. Yeah.
No, I don't look at any email.
Okay. Well, it's better I called then anyway.
What did it say?
Well, it was basically taking a kind of a different view on the entire situation. I mean, I'm not unempathic completely about the deaths of the children there, but the thing is, it's not entirely a result of the media. It may be pushed on by bipolar personality disorder, or some chemical imbalance, or maybe their parents fucked with them. So sorry, I shouldn't swear.
Yeah.
But a lot of it, when I was in high school, and I was only there for about a year before I started to homeschool. The situation that you're in, and that kind of, I don't know, I guess I was just kind of an outcast, and...
you're calling to say that it's rough when you're on the outside.
It is, and...
it's weird, this Littleton, we've had, there's been a few, I wouldn't call them
support calls.
Calls, but we got a few like, hey, it wasn't right what they did, but you don't know what it's like to get picked on.
Yeah.
And boy, I find that scary. I understand it's a bitch. I mean, not being Mr. Popular and everything, but I never believe like the people who go, I used to get beat up every day on the way to school. Every day I got my ass kicked on the way to school. Every day. I think to myself, no, you didn't. Yeah. Nobody beat you up every day. And when you say beat up, what do you mean beat up? Hold on, I'm thinking here, Drew.
We gotta go.
You know what I mean? I went to a regular high school with idiots. No one really cared that much about other people. Yeah, if you dressed in black and you had a few too many earrings, you probably get a little ribbon. But there wasn't. People generally worried about their cars and getting laid, and jocks were sort of at practice. I don't really buy into it. I think if you mind your business, people leave you alone for the most part. Okay, we'll be back.
Call 1-800-LOVE-191. Operators are standing by. Loveline will be back in a minute.